This lecture will learn about data types. JavaScript includes data types similar to other programming languages like Java or C hash. Data type indicates characteristics of data. It tells the compiler whether the data value is numeric, alphabetic, date, etc. so that it can perform the appropriate operation. Then I am going to cover about setting a promise. When we do get the value of a promise, it's referred to as setting a promise. Let's see the code for this. We are creating a new promise right here and we will resolve it after 100 milliseconds. Notice that we are saving our new promise in a local variable called promise. Lowercase. In order to get the value from our promise, we execute promise. Then this is a function and it takes two arguments. They are both functions. The first function will execute when the promise is fulfilled. That means it resolved successfully, and the second argument is a function that executes if there's some kind of error. If the promise gets rejected because of the asynchronous nature of promises, you might have to wait some time, whether for a timer, an HTTP call, or some other asynchronous event, and you will have to wait for the until one of these two functions get executed. But that's what promises are all about. They are about handling a success value or an error value from asynchronous operation. So here the code from the slide. Notice that we are resolving the promise. I will save it and you can see that we get fulfilled some value. So the promise was resolved. The first function executed. What happens if we rejected from price? What if we rejected from promise? You can see it logs out rejected some value, so our promise has an error condition. It's rejected. Many times you won't need to create a promise. Many third-party libraries do this for us. But almost always when we are working with promises, we need to execute the then function on that promise, passing it the fulfill and rejected function. Promises have many other advanced features, and you can find out about those on the Mozilla Developer Network. But by calling the then function on a promise, you can handle any success or error condition. Let's look the demo. Here you can look heading JavaScript paragraph adding a number and a string and variable x is equal to 16 plus Volvo. Let's create another example. Here paragraph is numbered can be written with or without decimals and variable x is equal to 3.14 and y is equal to 3.